Nirvana, perhaps the most iconic band ever, certainly in the discussion. Today I've compiled a list of what I think is every Nirvana song, and I'm going to rank them on this tier list here. I'm going to go in chronological order. If I miss a song, please let me know in the comments. With that out of the way, let's dive into their first project, Bleach. Blue. Oh man, what a goddamn bass line. I think Chris Novoselic is secretly one of my favorite bassists of all time. Really great track. Really good tier. Floyd the Barber, this isn't quite as good. Vocals are pretty great here though. Lyrically pretty strange, but what Nirvana track doesn't have strange lyrics? Good tier. About a Girl, come on. It's iconic. One of the greats. Highlight of the record. Masterpiece tier. School, I don't love this, but I do appreciate it. It's great instrumentation. I guess I find the vocals and lyrics here a little unimpressive. Back of the good tier. Love Buzz, I love this track. Really fun listen. Again, not much here lyrically, but the guitar on this track it's too good to deny. Amazing tier track. Paper Cuts, this is alright. Not my favorite here. I don't really love when Kurt kind of just yells into the mic. Great guitar here though. Reminds me a little bit of Alice in Chains, this song. Back of the good tier. Negative Creep, same thing. It's good, but the vocals are kind of just painful to me. Not a track I often revisit. Okay tier. Scoff, I'm just repeating myself. Pretty bland track here. Sounds like any other track on this record. The vocals are just done worse. Back of the okay tier. Swap Meet, phenomenal riff on this track. I don't have much else good to say though. Another track I don't often revisit. I know I sound like a hater so far, but I like their later shit. Don't leave yet. Above Scoff, in the okay tier. Mr. Mustache, I actually like this one. None of those screaming vocals. Great riff, great bass line. Solid enough drums. Good stuff. Top of the good tier. Sifting, it's alright. It's pretty bland, nothing special. Above Scoff, in the okay tier. Big Cheese, a bonus track here, and it's a silly one. I don't hate it, it's not awful. Above Swap Meet, in the okay tier. Smells Like Teen Spirit, it might be the most overplayed song on the entire planet, but it's too goddamn good to deny. One of the easiest god tiers of my life. In Bloom, more absolutely iconic shit, incredible vocals, great lyrics, great drums. One of their best songs. Top of the god tier. Come As You Are, maybe the single best 3-track run in music, I think. The guitar on this track, it's almost creepy. Some of my favorite Kurt vocals, great lyricism. You can't go wrong with this track. Behind In Bloom, in the god tier. Breed, Please Don't Hurt Me. I love this track, but it's just not god tier. It's great, but I just don't find it as memorable as the last 3 tracks. Not quite up to snuff for me, but I absolutely do understand the love for this track. I'm gonna put it at the back of the masterpiece tier. Lithium, this is fantastic. Some of my favorite lyricism in Nirvana's discography, coupled with some phenomenal instrumentation. Top of the masterpiece tier. Polly, not my favorite track here, but I do really like the soft side of Nirvana. It's certainly improved upon in future records, most notably in the Unplugged performance, but this is still pretty good. Back of the amazing tier. Territorial Pissings, not my personal cup of tea, man. I don't really know what else to say. It's got that same sound a lot of Bleach had that just isn't really for me. Back of the really good tier. Drain You, one of my personal favorites. It's been slammed into the mainstream recently, but I always thought it was one of the more underrated tracks on this record. Great stuff. Back of the god tier. Lounge Act, another track I absolutely love that I think goes a little bit under the radar. Granted, we're talking about Nirvana, so saying this goes under the radar is completely irrational, but I find this song deserves a little bit more praise. Very fun track to listen to. Top of the amazing tier. Stay Away, I don't like this as much. It's still great, excellent vocal performance, but I find it to be one of the more forgettable tracks on this record. Not bad, but when you're surrounded by 10s, it's harder to notice the 8. Behind Blue, in the really good tier. On a Plane, I like this, but it's a very similar story to that last track. It's great, but it's no In Bloom. It's no Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's very catchy, though. Above Polly in the amazing tier. Something in the Way, this is phenomenal. Perfect conclusion to the record. Back of the god tier. Endless Nameless, this track wasn't on the original pressing of the record, but it was later added. If you think of this as the album closer, I think it does a slightly worse job than Something in the Way does. In a vacuum, I think this track is pretty good. Very creepy, very dark, but it's pretty good instrumentally. I like it. Above Polly in the amazing tier. Even in His Youth, a B-side track, and one I truly believe should have made the record. I think this is pretty great. Super dark, super gritty, almost like textbook grunge. Top of the really good tier. Curmudgeon, this is a very strange track. I almost like it, but I don't think that I actually do. It's kind of a rough listen, but not in the endless, nameless way. It's not a track I often return to. Behind Mr. Mustache in the good tier. D7, a live performance here, reminds me of Something in the Way, just kind of worse, to be honest. Great guitar, but damn it if Nirvana isn't one of the greatest live performers ever. This is good. Behind Blue in the really good tier. Dive. This is pretty great. I've never heard this record actually, so very strong start. Sounds good. Behind Love Buzz in the amazing tier. Sliver. I don't think this is great. Doesn't really sound like Nirvana too much to me. Pretty off vocals, nothing really catching my ear. Back of the really good tier. Stain. This is a little better. This sounds like Nirvana to me. Great solo on this track too. 2 thumbs up from me. Above Polly in the amazing tier. Been a Sun. This is great. I feel like I've heard this track before, but there's no reason for that to be the case. Nothing else from this album so far, but this song certainly has the Nirvana factor. Great stuff. 3 thumbs up. Back of the masterpiece tier. Turn Around. Middle of the road track here. Probably not going to be back, but I wouldn't skip it. Top of the good tier. Molly's Lips. This also doesn't sound like Nirvana to me. Kind of sounds like a filler song I'd hear on the radio once and then forget about. Behind Big Cheese. In the okay tier. Son of a Gun. A little bit of a cold streak here. I don't really like this much either. More of my thoughts from the last track, it's just kind of super generic shit. Behind Molly's Lips in the okay tier. New Wave Polly, just the worst version of Polly, a track I'm already not in love with. I much prefer the original here. Loses a bit of its charm with the faster paced instrumentals, I would say. Behind Mr. Mustache in the good tier. Beeswax, this at least sounds like Nirvana. It's not my favorite track here, but it's a return to form, I would say. Back of the good tier. Downer, I like this one. Reminds me a little bit of System of a Down. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. It's a great song, really good vocals. Above Dive in the amazing tier. Mexican Seafood. This sucks. I have nothing else to say. Decent tier. Hairspray Queen. After hitting a historical low with that last track, we have, in borderline inexplicable fashion, reached another historical low. This blows ass. I don't know what they were going for this. Meh tier track. Aero Zeppelin. I was worried the rest of this album was going to blow ass, but we're good. That's not the case. This is great. I like the chorus a lot. Really memorable guitar here as well. Good stuff. Top of the really good tier. Big Long Now. I kind of like it. Very solemn track. Really well done, actually. I like it a lot. Not a song you can really wiggle your finger to, but it's good. Above Stain in the amazing tier. Aneurysm. Oh, fuck yeah. Easily the highlight of this record. Way to end off with a bang, Kurt. Get it? I'm sorry. I had to do it at least once. Behind Drain You in the God tier. Serve the Servants. I love this song. It's my favorite Nirvana album opener. Phenomenal way to start this record. Great vocals, very off-putting. Perfect for this album. Objectively, is it better than Smells Like Teen Spirit? No. But no, dear viewer, that deep in my heart, I prefer this track. I'm gonna put it behind Smells Like Teen Spirit, in the God tier. Scentless Apprentice. Not my favorite song, to be honest. It's grown on me recently, and I think it has a great spot on a record like this. But it's not a song I'd throw on many playlists. It's a little loud, a little obnoxious to me. Regardless, top of the really good tier. Heart-shaped box. I've been getting more comments critiquing the lack of unique takes in these videos, but what the hell do you want me to do? You want me to lie? Everybody loves this song, and I'm here to join the crowd. This is probably my favorite Nirvana track. It's excellent everything. The lyrics, the instrumentation, the vocals, this is the peak. Top of the God tier. I can't say this on YouTube. I'm gonna keep it short. This is fantastic. Above Serve the Servants in the God tier. Francis Farmer Will Have Her Revenge on Seattle. More absolutely incredible shit. Really good song. Some of my favorite lyrics in the band's catalog, coupled with a really great vocal performance. 4 thumbs up from me. Behind Lithium in the Masterpiece tier. I'm also going to move something in the way down to the top of the Masterpiece tier. Dumb. I think I've heard this song too many times. It's exceptional. One of the better soft Nirvana tracks for sure. But it's not my favorite. Behind Breed in the Masterpiece tier. Very Ape. This song has a great riff and really good drums, but it's not a song I often revisit. It's good, but definitely one of the weaker tracks on this album, I would say. Above Stain in the amazing tier. Milk It, same story as the last track. I like it a little less than the last one, but it's objectively a good song. It's just not really my thing personally. Behind Blue in the really good tier. Pennyroyal Tea. I know a lot of people like this track, but man, do I think this track is overrated. It's good, but this version of the track just doesn't really do much for me. Lyrically, it's incredible, but that's about it. Above Very Ape in the amazing tier. Radio-friendly Unit Shifter. This is pretty good. Pretty heavy listen for sure, but it's not so overwhelmingly heavy that I don't like it. I like this one. Behind Dive in the amazing tier. All Apologies. And now for my second favorite Nirvana song. Incredible lyricism. I believe a fucking violin in a grunge song. It's one of the greatest songs of all time, if you ask me. Above In Bloom in the God tier. Gallons of Rubbing Alcohol Flow Through the Strip. Really strange track. Kind of off-putting, but I like it. Pretty dark, but that's Nirvana's bread and butter. Back of the really good tier. Marigold. I absolutely love this song. Easily my favorite B-side. Maybe it's the Foo Fighters fan within me, but this song is just really good. I love the soft vocals, just very fun to listen to. Behind Breed in the masterpiece tier. Moist Vagina. What the hell is this? Lyrically, slightly concerning. Musically, actually really goddamn good. I wish he was singing about anything else in the world, but this is a great song. Above Very Ape in the amazing tier. Sappy. Man, some of these B-sides are better than a majority of the record. This is really good. Lyrically odd, but it's just catchy fun, man. I don't know what else to tell you. Behind Blue in the really good tier. I Hate Myself and Wanna Die. Not bad, but not my favorite B-side. Vocally it's great, but there's just not much else I like here. Very dark. Above Sliver in the really good tier. Nirvana Unplugged. I'm gonna go through these pretty fast. I've covered most of them already. About a Girl. Better than the original. Excellent stuff. Behind Lithium in the masterpiece tier. Come As You Are. Not as good as the original, I wouldn't say. Still really good, though. Above Breed in the masterpiece tier. Jesus Doesn't Want Me for a Sunbeam. One of the more forgettable tracks here, to be honest with you. I kind of forgot it was here. It's good, just doesn't really have the staying power of the other tracks. Really good vocals, though. Top of the amazing tier. The Man Who Sold the World. Kurt starts this song off by saying, I guarantee I'll screw this song up. Imagine saying that and then delivering arguably the greatest cover ever recorded. It's far outshined the original. It's easily one of the best Nirvana tracks ever. Behind Heart-Shaped Box in the God tier. Pennyroyal Tea. Something about the unplugged version just evokes way more emotion in me than the original ever did. Sounds more passionate, more heartfelt, I guess. Behind Breed in the masterpiece tier. Dumb. It's never been my favorite track. It's a little bit better than the original, though, I would say. Right above the original in the masterpiece tier. Polly. Also better than the original. Vocals really goddamn good here. I love the backup vocals from Dave Grohl a lot. Just good shit. Back of the masterpiece tier. On a Plane. I prefer the original here. Behind Big Long Now in the amazing tier. Something in the Way. I strangely prefer the original here as well. This seems like the perfect song to play unplugged, but I don't know. I just like the original more. Behind Dive in the amazing tier. Plateau. Probably my least favorite track from the unplugged session, I would say. Kind of just all around weak. It's not memorable. The skipper. Behind Blue in the really good tier. Oh Me. Same thing. It's alright, but it's definitely one of the weaker tracks. Forgettable. Above Plateau in the really good tier. Lake of Fire. Now this is a better cover. This is just good fun. Great vocals here. Behind Love Buzz in the amazing tier. All Apologies. Incredible. Better than the original, which is already one of my favorite Nirvana songs. 5 thumbs up. Don't Ask. Above the original in the God tier. Where Did You Sleep Last Night? Alright, don't get me wrong. I feel like you already got me wrong. This is great, but it's not the bee's knees, alright? It's no sliced bread. I like it. I love it a lot, even. But I do think it's just a little overrated. It's not vastly overrated, but it's not the best song here. Above Serve the Servants in the God tier. You Know You're Right. I didn't know when to rank this one. This is fantastic. I know it's Nirvana, so to call a song underrated is completely irrational, like I said. But I do what I want, so this track it's underrated. Excellent stuff. One of my favorite heavy songs from this band, I would say. Behind Smells Like Teen Spirit in the God tier. And with that, my friends, I've ranked every single Nirvana song. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed making it. No horrible albums today. Great news. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you think Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain. And I'll see you next time. Peace.